Hello, welcome all of you here once again from my side. It is time for either Tier 2 because CGL 2025 Tier 1 is over, or for CGL 2026. We have flat 1 year. The one who is a beginner is willing to appear in prepare for 2026 CGL can start today, can start now, and I would love to help you the best I can to understand grammar, which I think, to be honest, is the easiest part we can cover in time. When it comes to vocabulary, it takes a lot of time and there is no perfection, like I have mugged up 10,000 words and no new word can be there in the examination. It shall be there. When it comes to comprehension, any expert can make a mistake because there is no fixed norms. We have to understand the passage, whether it is the RC or the close test or the parajumble, mistakes can be made over there. But when it comes to grammar, if we cover wholeheartedly, to be honest, we can maximize our score. And grammar is not just beneficial in error detection and sentence improvement. Obviously, we get flat voice narration questions also. Grammar is beneficial in close tests, in fillers also. So grammar has a huge weightage. I would love to say grammar is the foundation on which everything else stands in examinations. In this quick session, I'll take you through grammar, some common mistakes that we usually come across in examinations, how to avoid them, how to or what to take care of, and everything such. First slide from my side. Grammar, just a sec, is not just about memorizing rules and regulations because they can be crossed. It's about understanding how a language works. We speak a language, whether it's Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, any other language that we speak. We feel things and we variate accordingly. It's not about the fixed norms and rules always. Build a strong base, practice daily, and English will become your scoring weapon in CGL 2025 or 6 or any other examination. Before I move on, I must mark CGL is mastering English is imperative for CGL examination because in Tier 1, all the subjects have equal weightage, 25 questions, 50 marks, all. In Tier 2, that is still till today, the high scoring topic subject, because it has 45 questions, the most in Tier 2 with 135 marks, the most. So mastering English is imperative. Take care of that from today. Why? Grammar, today's session is based on grammar. We'll be emphasizing matters in SSC CGL because that's the foundation, as I said. And we come across questions from error detection. They are also dependent on grammar. We come across questions from sentence improvement. We come across direct questions from narration, voice, and some questions are there in fillers also, which are totally dependent on grammar, in close tests also, which are totally dependent on grammar. So it makes some 40% of the weightage in SSC examinations. With strong grammar, you get precise accuracy and confidence also. Some approach to learn English grammar. Please understand the rules, don't mug them up in the simplest way possible. Don't mug them up, learn with the help of examples, not just the rules and structures, they may be changed. Practice daily with those error-based questions so that you know what is frequently asked, you master them. And if there are variations that we surely would come across, we will check, okay, that was a rule, I mugged up, but this is some variation to that. This is some variation to that. We'll be adapting to them carefully. Focus on concept, clarity, don't mug up the rules. I hope okay. First of all, where to start grammar? The parts of speech, noun, pronoun, adjective, verbs, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, interjections, I think all of us know. Nouns define the name of a person. In this quick session, I can just say this. Otherwise, in classes, we discuss in detail. Pronouns are the words which are used in place of a noun. Adjectives are the words which modify, say, either quality or quantity of a noun or a pronoun. Verbs define some action or state. Then comes time and tense, which is dependent on verbs. Then comes SVA, subject verb agreement, which is the best the foremost in any examination. In SSC, for sure. Then we have adverbs which can modify a verb. They can also modify an adjective. An adverb, yes, an adverb can modify an adverb. A preposition, a conjunction, and a complete sentence also. We have prepositions, preposition defining the position come before that. Conjunctions, junction, joining words. And of course, interjections. Quite recently, in last 2 years, SSC has started asking questions on interjections also. Yep, CGL 2023, CHSL 2024 and CGL 2024, we had questions on interjections also. When we finished these parts of speech, individual parts, we come across 2 more sections. Voice. There we need the transformation from active to passive, and narration, transformation from direct to indirect. Covering all these, I repeat, will make your foundation better, and grammar can be covered in time, in minimum time possible. Otherwise, vocabulary can never be finished. Comprehension, everyone. Experts can make mistakes, do make mistakes. Some more emphasis on verbs and time and tense, because that is asked so frequently I can't even define, to be honest. Of course, we know 3 tenses, time and tense both, past, present, future, then have 4 aspects: simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. They usually ask that parallel construction. Let me just elaborate with an example in this quick session. He said that he is. Why? He is in past. He said that. The sentence belongs to past. Don't say he is. He was busy yesterday. There comes SVA, the best amongst all, subject-verb agreement. Common errors in SSC examinations are verb pairing with either or, neither nor, as well as, together with, along with, no less than, in addition to, like, besides, and not, and such. So neither of the books are, error of proximity. Books are seems good, but the subject is neither. That is 0. For 0, I won't be using a plural verb. For 0, I'll be using a singular verb. Then we have some modifiers and placement errors. I can also insert determiners in this: some, any, much, many, few, a few, the few, little, a little, the little, and some common determiners in that list. Of course, the placement errors. She almost drove her kids to school every day. Or better say, she drove her kids to school almost every day. The sentence is the same, but the value, the meaning differs with the placement errors. Articles deserve the importance for sure because they are so easy. They help us grab maximum marks if these questions are there. Superlatives, take the article. He's the best. All the best. Superlative must be there. A and N, of course. The definite article, the indefinite articles, adjectives and adverbs. Quite commonly, free marks, easy questions that we can easily grab. She sings beautiful. In just one line, if I say, why? She sings beautifully. Prepositions are tricky for sure because we'll have to take care of the logical prepositions, where to use at, on, in as per the logic. There come the fixed prepositions that we cannot mug up completely. We can just maximize the database but cannot finish them off. Just like, and they are also tricky when it comes to translating them exactly from the native tongue. Just like in Hindi, I speak Hindi, he's pretty good. In maths, we say the same. Maths mein bahut acha hai. बहाने बनाने में तो expert है, but in English we don't use in, we use at. He's good at, bad at, better at, worse at, best at, worst at, adapt at, and every other adjective such. So we have to take care of such fixed prepositions also. When it comes to conjunctions, quite easy. And also one of the common topics that are asked in examinations, one of those most asked or common ones. With that double negative, I'm sure everyone who is here has prepared for SSC examinations has come across double negatives. He cannot hardly do this. Hardly is already negative. Don't put it again. Conjunctions deserve pretty important spot in SSC preparation because they are frequently asked. Hardly, barely, scarcely followed by when, no sooner followed by then, although is not followed by but, and such common preposition conjunctions that we usually come across. Then the transformation from active to passive, free marks, to be honest. Okay, if anyone is here who is listening to me for the first time and is new to the preparation, You keep on saying free marks, free marks, free marks every time. Is there some difficulty level or everything is free? Trust me, grammar is almost free in SSC examinations. It's not that difficult except very, very few questions. Common errors are repeated generally. That's why the cutoff is, please check. Narration also, the transformation from direct to indirect with some common tactics we can. Time and tense is changed, pronouns are changed, and some common adverbs out there. Some high weightage grammar topics are error detection that you already know. I would say practice 5 to 10 questions daily so that you know the common errors and slight variations derived from them. We have sentence improvement also, where some part is highlighted like this. You are given options, pick the most appropriate one. There you have to pick the most appropriate option. So I have options like senior then some more senior, double negative, senior to, correct answer, senior from or no improvement. No, that has to be senior to, 9 ninjas if you remember. N number of times in SSC examinations, unlike bank and other examinations, in close tests, they ask grammar. Is, MR, has, have, 2 plus V1, V1, ing, third form, and such options we have in close tests also. N number of times SSC has asked in different examinations in CGL, CHSL, CPO, stenographer, and all. There also we take care of grammar. She is interested in, at, on, upon. We better know that preposition or conjunction or that verb form, we can put them easily out there. So not just error detection or sentence improvement, apart from voice and narration, we come across grammar, or grammar is essential in fillers and close tests also, particularly in close tests, where we are given a filler, a complete passage, and some words are dropped. We are given options for them. We have to pick the most appropriate one. Sometimes they are dependent on grammar, sometimes they are dependent on vocabulary, and sometimes they are dependent on the context, theme, tone of the passage also. Okay, final approach. How should beginners prepare? First of all, you can learn one topic daily with some 10, 12 rules. I'm not saying rules to mug up, rules to understand the language. No fixed patterns are there. Then practice some questions on a daily basis on those rules, topic you have learned. Revise them weekly, monthly, and attempt mock tests later, and make an error notebook of yourself so that you know what you are good at, you know what you are bad at. This is quite meaningful, everyone listening to me live or later. Common mistakes that beginners make: they mug up rules without examples, without logic, without context. That is horrible. Ignoring small words, articles, oh, I know them, but they are repeated for sure. If you make mistakes there, if you leave such questions, you are left behind. Nobody leaves those common errors that are frequently repeated from articles, from SVA, from time and tense, from determiners and such. If you are a beginner, just going through grammar won't help you get selected. You have to go through vocabulary and comprehension part also. RC, parajumbles, close tests and such. And please remember, if you are a beginner, I repeat, if you are a beginner, don't over rely on shortcuts instead of basics. I do not know how to drive. First of all, I must learn the basics. Then when I'm comfortable, I can go for high speed driving my car at 100, 120 or even more. If I know nothing and I drive at 120, drifting, you know what the result is. So here we have to do the same. If you are a beginner, I said that thrice, saying that for the 4th time, don't over rely initially on shortcuts. Develop your basics first. Once you have, you can rely on those tactics along with the basics that you already have. And yes, quick tips to master grammar: read English daily. I didn't say newspapers only. Read English. Just get involved, engaged in that language so that you need not mug up grammar, structures, or vocabulary. You definitely come across new words, structures daily. Maintain a notebook of yours with those tricky and common errors. Revise daily because consistency is always better than just cramming. And always use elimination strategy in examinations. I'll show you this in regular classes. You are welcome. So finally, if I say grammar, which is the foundation, the backbone of SSC English, some key areas are time and tense, subject-verb agreement, articles, prepositions, of course, voice and narration, practice regular with revision, and analyzing our mistakes is equal to success. I don't think so I need to say anything. Would love to see you in the classes. Thanks a lot for being here. This has been a slide I keep on showing. Would love to see your names here. Next year, this year, the legacy of selections must go on. People that have worked hard at Oliveboard, we would love to work hard with you. Thank you so much. If you are new to the channel, subscribe. Would love to see you in the classes. I hope in this short session, we had clear-cut idea of what not the subject is, but the language is. Thank you. See you pretty soon. For any objections, query, questions, drop a comment here. Would love to reply. See you in the classes. Thank you.